Looks like he popped it up. I can't see it,
Yep.
but he was looking up.
And who do we have left?
Jerry Zink.
Jerry Zink.
Jerry apparently has not subbed in this league before. I do not see his handicap listed under subs. So he's the mystery man.
And I did not see where his ball went. Looks like
He was looking right.
Yeah, it looks like it went to the other side of the green on the right-hand side.
This is an important match tonight, Mike, because Team Djibouti and Team Australia are in second and third place, respectively. Djibouti with 201 points, Australia with 191 points. And in that, every night is 40 points. Each match, each week is 40 points. There could be a real swing here.
Correct. Yes, that would make a big difference as to who would win this competition.
Shortly, when the golfers approach their balls, we'll find out where they went.
Yes. It looks like the one ball came off here to the extreme left.
Extreme right from the tee.
Yep. Down behind where we're sitting. Perhaps one of our camera people can get the shot of that over on the one side of the fairway.
Well, they're
Yes, we've got Djibouti walking down the center of the fairway here. Had well-placed balls on both of their hits. They seem to be waiting for Australia to hit their ball from over here on the left-hand side.
And from our vantage point, Mike, let's hope it's not a shank. Little long and over the green and onto the first tee. Not too bad.
Looks like perhaps Mr. Hayes has the next honors. No, they're waiting for... no, he does seem to appear to have the next
Jim Hayes
honors.
is hitting next. He's got about 30 yards. Keeps his head down nicely.
Yep. Right up onto the green.
Beautiful
Nice.
little pitch.
Has a long putt to get to the pin. But a very nice pitch.
Are you rolling now? All right. Jerry Zink's now chipping to the green about 20 yards. Oh,
He seems to
into the beach.
Yes.
So he's got a little work left to get up and down.
And these sand traps are built up towards the edge of the green, too.
Yeah, and he's right into the face, I believe.
Yep.
Here's Jim Bush chipping from the number 1 tee. It looks to be pretty good.
Yep.
Very good.
Headed right towards the hole.
And within about 6-8 feet.
Yep.
Jeff Whittemore's up now. Jeff's just behind the left-hand sand trap on his drive. He's got a very short little chip, and he's got a nice short game.
Drove it this way.
Couldn't tell by that shot, but normally he does.
Now we have
his partner Jim Hayes has got some disparaging remarks for Jeff.
Yes, some words of encouragement.
Oh, nice out of that sand.
Yes, beautiful. That was a difficult shot. Looks like Jeff may have honors. He seems to be the one furthest away.
Jeff has about a 30-foot putt, mostly uphill, breaking from right to left. Yeah, he comes up about 4 feet short.
See Marks' ball. It looks like Jim Hayes is getting prepared to take his shot.
Jim, similar putt, uphill, breaking right to left.
Looks like it perhaps is a little to the right of the hole.
We got to get the country club or the college to build us a tower next year.
Yes, there we go. That would definitely give us a better vantage point.
We've got a worm's eye view right here. This is Jerry Zink for his bogey. Just breaks off to the right, and he'll take a 5 on the hole. Jim's got a short putt in comparison to the last 3. And he comes up short.
Yep. I have a poor vantage point as to where I'm sitting. I have someone's golf bag right in my view of the hole, so I'm a little restricted as to where I can see.
Why don't we get one of our key grips over there to move that golf club?
There we go.
Golf cart. Jim Hayes for his bogey. Nice putt. And Jeff Whittemore for bogey.
He's got very similar putt from the opposite side.
This will also break right to left a little bit. And he pulled it.
And he double bogeys.
Next up on the tee is Team Granada with Don Schrader, who's a foreman with the Ilion DPW, and Ray Brown, who's also with the Ilion DPW. Donnie's got a 17 handicap, and he's teeing off first. Don's very deliberate. Beautiful swing. And he comes up over to the left, about 35 yards short of the green, just down the hill a little bit. And this is Don's southpaw partner, Ray Brown. Ray's got a 21 handicap in the league. Good straight ball. And he's about 20, 25 yards short, just behind the left-hand bunker.
Yeah, he should be able to bring that right up through the center.
Next up on the tee is Team Peru. Frank Sutliff, principal at West Canada Valley, and Les Crosset, who's a mail carrier in the Village Pavilion. But this is a sub. This is Bob Farquhar. Bob recently had serious heart surgery and obviously has recovered very nicely. Glad to see that. Bob's a great guy. Worked at the college for a number of years with me. And he slices it off to the right. Bob has not subbed in the league, so we do not have his handicap. This is Les Crosset with a 16 in the league. I didn't see that, Mike, did you?
No, I haven't seen it, no. We'll follow that down. As in some of our shots, you've seen the 8th hole in some of your background. When I golfed this course, I was quite impressed with the sand trap at the 8th green. For those of you, I don't know if in our showing of the course, but just prior to the green, there's a couple of railroad ties that if you're in that sand trap, you have to get up over the railroad ties to get onto the green.
Right. The front wall that adjoins the green is a Pete Dye-like a series of railroad ties, which is a vertical wall, 90-degree vertical wall, which has been somewhat controversial here because it's extremely difficult to get the ball, especially if you're close to the wall, up and on the green at a steep angle you need. There's also one in the back of the 8th green, which is less likely to get into, but just as severe if you do.
I know when I was golfing the course, I got very close to that wall in the trap itself, and I had to back hit to get so I could hit it up onto the green.
Yeah, a lot of people will do that or will go out sideways just to avoid that wall. First time I was in it, I hit the ball and the ball hit the wall and almost hit me in the face. Here's Bob Farquhar over to the left of our screen or right of the fairway. Bob appears to have about a 70-yard pitch shot.
Headed this direction.
Yep, don't hit the cart path, please.
Brings it a little bit to the
right
left.
Next to us. We'll be able to get Bob behind us here.
Brought it just a little bit over the hole.
And he was unfortunate enough to, on his second bounce, hit the cart path, which projected it another 15, 20 yards beyond the green.
Yeah, I'd say he's about 30 yards from the hole. Looks like we have one just down the...
Yeah, that's Donnie Schrader. He's down below the first tee. I had the shot earlier today. There's a great big pine over here behind us, Mike, and generally if you aim at that pine, it's a good shot to the flag. However, this is Ray Brown first from the middle of the fairway. Ray's little pitch shot.
Yep. He got it just on the lip of the...
Hits the mogul by the left-hand trap, bounces onto the green.
Looks like maybe about 10 yards from the hole. I'm sorry, not 10 yards, 10 feet.
No, Bob, you're still in bounds. I think Donnie Schrader's up next. We can see him.
No, it looks like we're coming from our where we can't see from our vantage point.
Okay, that would be
down.
less cross it. He's even lower down the first tee.
There it comes up
Come
across.
up a little strong. Look out for that sand trap, and he's in the bunker.
And Bob Forcore hit from behind us, and he just rolled right onto the edge of the green.
This would be Donnie Schrader next. Don's got about 30 yards.
Lifts it up nice, bounces onto the green.
And that's a downhill slope there. He's going to
roll
right down toward the edge of the green, leaving himself about a 20-foot putt uphill.
So we definitely have some difficult putts ahead of us. Looks like we might have Bob Forcore putting first.
Does cross it, blasts out of the sand. Nice shot. Farquhar had a very similar putt to Jeff Whittemore's just a few minutes ago, and it comes up short. It is uphill. Here's Don Schrader. Don's got about 20 feet uphill, and generally a very straight putt.
Nice solid hit.
And comes up just about a foot and a half short.
Yep.
Ray Brown's initially will go uphill a little bit and then downhill, and as it goes downhill, it can pick up speed. This can be a very deceptive putt.
Just missed it by a little bit.
But Ray's got his bogey.
We have Bob Forcore coming up next to do his putt. He's got it, looks like, just about 3 or 4
This is his
feet.
fourth shot on this par 3, number 9 hole.
And he just misses.
No gimmies in this league, by the way.
Yes, yep. They follow the strictest of rules in this league.
It's the mother of all golf leagues. There's Les Crossett, about 10 feet. Nice putt.
Okay, we have Germany and the United States coming up to the tee next.
This is for Don Schrader's bogey. I'd give it to him, Mike. But that's why there's no gimmies in the World Golf League. On the tee. On the tee next is Team Germany and Team USA. Team USA represented by Bob Kane, the Dean of Administration at Herkimer County Community College, and Lenny Hendricks, who has a business in the village of Ilion, is a county legislator and on the Board of Trustees at Herkimer County Community College.
We have Team Germany, who's Gary and Herb Ruff.
And this is Bob Kane teeing off first. Bob with a 13 handicap in the World Golf League. Didn't like it. I didn't see it.
I believe it went a little bit right. Watching his swing, he seemed to have pulled it right.
Lenny Hendricks up next. Lenny sporting a 15 handicap. Appropriately just dressed for the USA team. And that is right at the green at this point. Ends up just behind the left-hand bunker, pin high. Team Germany, this is Herb Ruff. And Herb's got a 17 handicap. And Professor Gary Ruff, Gary's social science instructor at Herkimer County Community College. Gary's having a real good year with a 9 handicap.
He appears to be one of the lower members that has one of the lower handicaps.
Well, it's the new slim and trim Gary Ruff.
Ah. Spiting a new image.
Gary's looking and we're looking, and Gary is about the same spot as Lenny came up, about pin high, just behind the left-hand, or right-hand bunker, excuse me, next to the green.
Left hand on our vantage
From
point.
our vantage point, from the viewer's vantage point. See, Bob Kane appears to be hitting next. Bob's about 150 yards out in the rough.
Apparently that's why we did not see the ball. He did not get it very far.
And this isn't going to get there either.
Just, but looks like approximately 10 yards from the green, perhaps?
No, a little bit more than that.
A little bit more
Maybe
than
about
that?
25 yards. Gary Ruff has approached the green. Gary, is it hot out there?
It's really warm and humid.
How'd you play?
So.
That means good, folks.
Don't let him fool you.
He's playing below his handicap.
As the rest of the group approaches the green.
Team Germany is in 9th place in the league with 173 points, and Team USA is in 5th place with 188. So this also
Herb
has been
Ruff.
within range.
Looks like it perhaps might have went into the
Yeah, Herb chipped it
left
up just a
bunker.
little short, I think.
Yeah, it looks like it might have went into that one bunker right on the one edge.
I don't think so. I think he's just on the other side of it. But as I was saying, Mike, with 40 points out each night in each match, these teams are only 15 points apart. There could be a swing in this match also. Here's Dean Kane's shot, third shot to the green, about 20 yards.
Brings it up and rolls it towards the pin.
And he's got about 7-8 feet for his bogey. Yeah, Herb appeared to have stayed out of the sand.
Yep. Looks like we have Gary Ruff hitting next. He seems to be... Nope, they're going to let Herb go next. Lifts it right up, rolls towards the pin, just past it.
The pin.
Looks like...
And that is real fast past that hole and downhill. Now he'll have an uphill putt about 20 feet. Here's Lenny Hendricks from behind the bunker. Nice little chip. Puts it within 2 feet, maybe 3 feet of the hole.
Yeah, it looks like 3 feet. Now we have Gary Ruff.
Gary's got a very similar shot. You really don't want to hit too far onto the green.
But you have to be careful of
That
getting
should be
it.
nice.
Yep.
Oh, way past. Leaving himself about 10 feet.
Yep. As they're saying,
Downhill putt.
in a chip like that, you have to be very careful of that sand trap, making sure that you lift it up over the trap so that you don't catch that
What you
lip.
say is, what sand?
My golf game has not improved well enough that I can say that quite yet.
Here's Herb's uphill putt, raking right from right to left. Leaves it short and high.
Looks like Mr. Kane's going to go next.
No, I think Gary is. Yep, Gary
Yep,
Ruff
Gary's
is next. Gary's got a downhill putt. This can really slide.
You want to make sure you hit it just hard enough, but not so hard that you're going to send it halfway across the green with it being downhill on this one side. And went
Misses it on the amateur side. Sorry, Gary. I guess I can say that. I've worked with Gary for 24 years, so. There's Bob Kane.
Looks like he has an uphill putt.
Slightly uphill. Beautiful,
And
beautiful.
Sinks it. That makes up for his poor tee shot. And Herb just bumps it.
Lenny Hendricks with about a 5-footer. This for par. Geez, he doesn't play on Monday nights with me like that. Okay, next up, Team Switzerland and Team Tonga. And folks, I can guarantee you there will not be a swing in the standings because of this match. Team Tonga is in first place with 205 points. Team Switzerland in last place with 152 points.
Who do we have teeing off first down the range?
It would appear that it is Paul Callan. Paul is the manager at Campus Meadows.
Do me a favor, delete my claim, will you please? Any trouble claiming that you're right?
Paul is a big hitter. I played with him a couple of weeks ago when I subbed in the league, and he had an eagle on the par 5, number 7. Takes a big swing at it. Let's see where it goes. Doesn't like it. And I don't know.
Dave, I think it came down again the right-hand side.
Yeah,
down
a
towards
lot of times, if you pull the ball just a little or draw it at all, it will just fly down that hill. This is John Ahern, who is subbing for Bob Vespi tonight. John is an employee of the Herkimer Area Resource Center, and he's program director for Family Support Services. John subs quite often in this league. He's an excellent golfer with a 4 handicap. And once again, because of the sun and our vantage point, Mike, I don't know where that went, but we will soon find out. Incidentally, Paul Callan, the other half of Team Tonga, has an 11 handicap in this league. Up next is John Noble, who's a minister in the city of Little Falls for Team Switzerland. John has a 16 handicap. He's looking left. Oh. Rolls across the cart path. He'll be about pin high and about 30 yards from the hole. Neil Baum with Empire Fiberglass in Little Falls, the other half of Team Switzerland. Neil has an 11 handicap.
One of the things I've noticed about this league, Dave, is that all of the handicaps are very similar to each other. They're not too far apart. It's very equal in skill level.
Neil sent it way down the number 1 fairway. At the bottom of the tee on number 1.
As Dave was mentioning, some of the Tonga was in first place. We should go through the standings perhaps. In second place we have Djibouti. Third place Australia, then followed by Grenada, United States, Colombia, Mexico, Monaco, Germany, Bahamas, Afghanistan, Barbados, Peru, and then Switzerland.
While there probably will not be a swing in the standings as far as Tonga and Switzerland in this particular match tonight, it should be noted that there are only 53 points separating first and last place. And again, Mike, with 40 points out every night in every match, it doesn't take long for changes to take place.
They are about 3/4 of the way through their season. They've got about 4 weeks, I think, left. One being their outing, which is at Barker Brook in Oriskany Falls.
August 11th. And
Does look like most of them did go down the far right-hand side like we surmised.
John Noble's over to our left, right-hand rough. And he's got about 35 or 40 yards to the green, to the hole, rather. And he spanks a worm burner across the green and off into the rough behind the green.
Next, looks like we're going to be hitting down from below the hill here.
Yeah, we've got two coming up from there. Paul Callan
Yep.
and Neil Baum.
Looks like we're going to...
There's John Ahern with a 4 handicap. I suspect this will be very close.
Lifts it up. Goes past the pin.
Right past it. And left himself about a 12 or 14
We just
footer.
had another one come up. It just came towards us in our vantage point. Very close to where Bob Forecourt hit it on this far left-hand side of the
Comes
green.
another one up over the hill. This will be very nice.
Brings it right in tight,
Right
leaves
up toward-
himself. Oh, looks about 15 feet.
Yep. Paul Calland, half of Team Tonga, will chip onto the green first. And once again, we've seen this many times tonight. This is an uphill chip, and it breaks right to left.
Nice chip. No, depends on how it
Come
breaks.
up short and high.
Yep.
John Noble next. John's got about a 50-foot chip. That's going to come up short.
About 20 feet away from the pin.
Neil Baum looks over his putt. This is downhill, and as I said before, this can be a slider. And it did slide.
Yep.
Jenny Hearn for par.
Very close. And of course, like we've mentioned before, there are no gimmies. He has to go do just that. That one rolled past. He didn't miss that one by much.
It was John Noble. And next is Paul Callan. This will be for Paul's bogey. Again, this is slightly downhill and right to left.
Oh, and just in and out.
I think Neil has this left for his bogey.
And puts it in.
Switzerland and Tonga are done. Next up on the tee.
Colombia and the Bahamas we have coming up. Team Colombia is Wade Lamb and Robert Gassman. And for the Bahamas, we have Maureen Champoux and Sandy Hendricks.
And this is Wade Lamb teeing off with a 13 handicap. Wade is the Director of Telecommunications Services at Herkimer County Community College, the television station and department at the college which brings you this telecast. Wade had a 39 last night in a makeup match in this league. And I didn't see where that went, Mike.
I thought I saw it bouncing down again over to this right-hand side, just below the...
Next up for Team Columbia is Assistant Professor Robert Gassman with 11 handicap.
As he greets us from the tee.
I might mention that Bob and his wife Ramona are the proud parents of a new baby girl in May. Madeline, or Maddie as they call her.
Again, I did
rolls onto the green.
Oh,
Leaving himself
beautiful.
about a 10 or 12 foot putt for birdie. That's my office mate.
That's right. Very good hit.
This would be Sandy, Mrs. Lenny Hendricks. I'm sorry. Sandy already hit.
She got up there very quickly.
Sandy from Team Bahamas has a 20 handicap. This is Maureen Champoux, my better half, with a 21 handicap. Maureen is Assistant Vice President for Key Bank and manager of the Morrisville office. And hits a little worm burner, which is uncharacteristic of her. Sandy Hendricks, of course, is the better half of Lenny Hendricks and is in the business with Lenny in the Village Villian. She also has her own business, which is quite remarkable. She does some beautiful, beautiful stained glass work. Another one of those matches that we could see a swing in the standings. Colombia at 184 points and the Bahamas with 171.
So we could see a change in a vast change this week in all of the standings for the World Golf League.
Yeah, I would say the first 8 or 10 places in any particular week you could see a major swing in standings.
Yes, as I was coming before, all of these handicaps represent golfers that are very similar in skill level.
Wade must have popped his up because he's still about 140 yards from the green.
And that's right about where I thought I saw it bounce before.
And puts it real close on his second shot.
Yep, looks like about
6 feet.
Yep, 6.
Maureen Champoux is next with about 100 yards.
She takes her practice swing. It's another low one, rolling up.
Hit a little fat. Here's Sandy.
Low fast one rolling right towards.
She pulled it a little left and behind the left-hand bunker on this hole, near the green. The two gentlemen are on the green. The two ladies are still off. Of course, Bob Gassman's on in one and has a chance for a birdie.
Team Columbia just received their new uniforms for their team. In the last couple of weeks, we're having some problem with getting them embroidered.
And of course, you can see that the Team Bahamas are extremely well color coordinated in their uniforms. And Maureen Champoux through the trap and onto the fringe on the left-hand side of the green, leaving her about 35 feet.
Yeah, it looks like Sandy Hendricks, she has that same uphill chip as we've seen from a lot of the members tonight of the Laurel Golf League.
Mike, when you consider that most men, at least most average golfers, only hit the ball on their drives about 220 yards, this is a tough hole.
Yep. She had a poor bump there. She's bringing it up again and comes across.
Sends it across and into the sand trap, I believe, on the other side of the green.
No, I think she just missed the sand trap.
Yes, she did.
Yep, very close to the edge of it, so she was able to save herself there. Looks like she's about maybe 4 or 5 yards from the green and maybe about 15 yards from the pin.
It would appear that the struggle between these two third world nations is being won by Team Columbia, at least from this hole. Sandy will chip first from about 10 feet off the green.
She brings it up, coming across that downhill side, leaving herself, looks like about 15 feet to 20 feet putt left. Maureen's going to go next. Looks like she's going to putt it from the fringe.
Should be remarked that this is a par 4 for women.
She left it with, it looks like about a 10-yard putt left.
Maureen will putt first on, again, what can be a fast downhill putt.
She just misses.
Sandy Hendricks from a similar location.
Yes, and she
Nice
drops
putt.
it.
Nice putt. I wonder if the two women on Team Bahamas are smitten by the cameras.
Here's Bob Gassman for birdie. I'd be interested to see how he made out for the rest of the round.
Oh, just slides off to the right. Should be an easy par for Bob, though.
Yep.
All right, office mate.
As we wait for Wade Lamb to get ready to take his putt.
This is for par. Nice par.
And we've got Maureen to make up her final putt.
Just falls. And while the gentlemen appear to have beaten the women on that hole, it can be said that Team Bahamas was the better looking team.
Mm-hmm. You best be saying that, or you'd be end up sleeping.
Next up, Afghanistan and Barbados. And Barbados is teeing off first. Paul Greenfield up first for Team Barbados. Phil Greenfield, I'm sorry. Phil's with Remington Arms and has a 9 handicap in this league. Starts it toward the hole and slices it right, just behind the right-hand bunker, pin high. Phil's partner is Don Pinto. Don is an accountant locally, and Don brings a 13 handicap to the World Golf League and Team Barbados. Don's drive hit just short of the green and rolled all the way across the green to the back fringe, but still a nice shot.
This looks like Ron Williams coming up here to...
Team Afghanistan, Dr. Ronald Williams, president at Herkimer County Community College. Ron's got a 19 handicap coming into tonight's match. Ron sends it off into the right-hand rough, just behind the right-hand bunker next to the green. Normally, Ron's partner is John Bullis, assistant to the president at Herkimer County Community College. John has an 11 handicap, but tonight subbing for John Bullis is Ray Lenarsic, a newly retired professor of social science at Herkimer County Community College, and has a 16 handicap. R.J. Lenarsic.
Brings it right into that bunker.
Yeah, again, right into the right-hand bunker. But he hit it 220 yards.
Very well hit, Bo.
There probably will be a swing in this match tonight, with Afghanistan at 168 points and Barbados at 164 points. th and 12th place, respectively. We have one more match behind Afghanistan and Barbados. That's Mexico and Monaco.
As the sun sets over the back of 9 here.
At 7:45 in the evening.
It was definitely a beautiful day for golfing. Warm, very little
It
breeze.
was a beautiful day, but not beautiful golf for me.
I shot around a 9 earlier today, and I was doing fairly well.
You played here?
No, I was playing, doing some practicing up at the college itself. Has a little 3-par golf course for the majority
Very
of
nice. And an excellent place, especially in the early spring when you want to tune up your game, especially your short game. And it's free,
it. Yes.
open to the public.
I'm fairly new to the game of golf, and being that I'm just learning how to do it, it's been a great place to practice. A
It really
great
is.
place to hone my skills and learn some of the basics,
I mean, it
the
is,
fundamentals.
as you say, it is a par 3 executive style course, but the first hole, for instance, you can use a 6 or a 7 iron all the way up, of course, to a wedge or a sand wedge. Dr. Ron Williams will chip from behind the greenside bunker, and he has about 55 or 60 feet. That's going to be a little long.
He drives it. Looks like it's going to get caught on the. It's going to stay on the green. He's going to have about 50 feet putt.
See, Ron favors
50-foot
those
putt. Excuse me.
yellow/green golf balls, as I also do. I think you can see them in the rough better, and since I'm there so often, I can use the aid.
I'm waiting for someone to invent a ball that runs a flag up and waves in the air so that I
They
can
do
see
have
right.
beeping golf balls, you know.
I'll have to get myself one of those. I definitely would probably lose less balls that way.
When I was down south in June at Hilton Head, I went to a driving range a couple times that had floating golf balls.
Team Bahamas is spiting a unique style of hat.
This is Phil Greenfield. That will end up a little long also. Raylan Arsick is next. He's in the bunker.
Raylan Arsick is probably glad that I'm sitting behind the table instead of swinging golf clubs.
He fooled the cameraman there. The cameraman panned onto the green and the ball stayed in the sand.
Ray also practices at the college, and I seem to have a ball that's magnetized to him.
Ray in his third shot out of the bunker.
Also leaving himself about a 15-foot putt.
RJ, of course, is one of the legendary instructors over the years at Herkimer County Community College, having started way back in the old factory in Ilion. And I've worked with Ray for my 24 years that I've been at the college. Excellent instructor. Dr. Ron's got about a 40-footer left, but this is for par.
definitely a challenging putt for him to make.
Again, it's a downhill putt, and as it approaches that hole at that particular point in the green, it can get very fast.
Yep, it's very makeable. Came up just short, looks like. That rolls past down that faster side of the pin. Right, hits back up the slope and in. Not much there to get.
I'd have given it to you, RJ.
But as we know,
Pino.
We've already seen tonight someone miss one of those easy gimmies.
Don hit his drive over the green, chipped up to that point, and now this is for par. Yeah, that's what he's got left for his bogey.
And then puts it in.
Phil Greenfield, the last member of this foursome to putt out. Oh, rims the
Just
cup.
off the edge.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ron still got, Ron will be the last. This is for Ron's bogey.
He put down a marker and didn't notice it either.
That's why CBS has people watching those things. And he drops it.
Next, we have Team Mexico and Monaco coming up to the green. Or excuse me, to the tee, not to the green. Team Mexico is Jim Smith and Dan Fitzgerald, and Team Monaco is Bill Slaughter and Tony Cleveland. There's definitely going to be a swing in the points this time. Mexico is at 184 and Monaco being at 182.
And up for Monaco is retired BCI investigator Bill Slaughter. Bill has an 11 handicap. And it looks like Bill sent it over toward us, sliced it a little bit. This is Jim Smith. They're not hitting by teams here. Jim Smith is with the Herkimer Area Resource Center in the maintenance department. And Jim has an 8 handicap, one of the better handicaps in the World Golf League. And as we've seen several times tonight, Mike, that's behind the greenside bunker on the right.
Like we were mentioning earlier, it's very easy to pull it that way.
For Team Mexico, retired professor of information services, or sciences rather, information systems, I should say, Dan Fitzgerald. Dan has a 20 handicap in the World Golf League. And Dan kind of shanks it off to the right.
Very discouraged with himself.
I guess we missed Tony Cleveland's drive. At least you and I did. I hope that the cameras didn't. That's the other half of Team Monaco. Dr. Tony Cleveland, Dean of Academic Affairs at Herkimer County Community College. And Tony has a 17 handicap in the World Golf League, one of the few women in the league.
Dan Fitzgerald was mentioning earlier that how much he's enjoying his retirement.
Well, he can't really count it as retirement yet. It's still summer. Retirement doesn't start till August when he's supposed to come back to school. I also mentioned that Dan is chairman of the Conservative Party in this area. Very active in politics.
And that's what it looks like he's going to be hitting next.
That's from one of the alternate white tees over there. That's about 148 yards out. And that's going to come up short and right. He manages to stay out of the sand, however.
Yep, between the two bunkers.
Bill Slaughter's pitch to the green, second shot. It'll hit the green, but be a little long.
Looks like it's going to stay on the green, though. Nope, rolls right off onto the fringe.
Tony's heading the opposite direction. Not playing very good cart golf tonight. She's off down over the hill on the other side of the fairway. She's got it. She just yelled.
Camera can see her here. Looks like Tony's going to be hitting next from down there.
Decides to move the cart so she doesn't hit it in her backswing. Wise move.
I don't think that would be very good for either the cart or her clubs.
Or ego. Tony's got about 35 yards to the green. Ooh, just manages to avoid the bunker and puts it on the green. Nice shot. Jimmy Smith of Team Mexico is up next with his chip shot from about 20, 25 yards. That will be long and probably off the back of the green. Just to the rim of the green, leaving him about a 60-foot putt for par.
We've got, looks like Dan Fitzgerald coming up next. He's right on the edge of that one bunker there between the two. Looks like he might be setting himself up here for his swing. Looks
Dan
like
has about 30 feet to the hole.
Just be very careful about going off the back of it.
Again, we've seen many times tonight, everybody's chipping or pitching long.
Yep.
Sergeant Slaughter from the edge of the green.
Nice long punt.
And he comes up short. Jim Smith next with a very long putt. But with Jim having one of the lower handicaps, I suspect he'll get this within makeable distance. Not as close as I thought or he'd like.
Looks like he made about 50 of the 60.
You know, since we've been sitting here, Mike, this green has gotten slower. And it is damp tonight, and I suspect the greens are wet. Dr. Cleveland's putt came up short, but she still has one more putt for her par. Here's Dan Fitzgerald. That's going to get there. And by.
Just off to the side of it. Looks like Jim Smith's going to go next. And about a foot away. And he sinks it. Trying to get some body English to put the ball in there for that final little inch. Looks like we have Dr. Cleveland coming up next for hers. Or is Dan Fitzgerald?
I think Dan's up.
Yeah, it looks like Dan's going to go. Nope, they're discussing who's going to go
Ever the
next.
gentleman.
Yes.
Tony just slides off to the right, and she'll tap that in for her bogey.
And there it is. And we finish up here with Dan Fitzgerald.
Tony, in my estimation, is the best Dean of Academic Affairs Herkimer County Community College has ever had.
And that concludes the 9th hole.
And our coverage of the World Golf League for 1996. We'd like to thank the owners of the Mohawk Valley Country Club, Jerry Levin, Bob Castle, and George Aney, for their gracious consideration letting us come and do this every year, and also for their hospitality. I'd also like to thank Dave Hall and his family. Dave's the director of golf here at Mohawk Valley Country Club, and course superintendent Don Taylor, who's got the course in magnificent shape this year.
Yes, very good shape. And my name's Mike Schultz, sitting here with Dave Champoux. We'd like to thank you again for watching this World Golf League competition, and we'll see you all again next year.
See you next year. Good night. There's my camera at the end.
Yes, I saw that.